Hello everyone. Good to be back here at AWE in Munich, which is what our hometown is. I want to quickly introduce myself. Wolfgang Stelzle, my name. I'm CEO and founder of a company called RE'FLEKT. Some of you may have seen the panel discussion right before. My partner Karim introduced RE'FLEKT. And what we do, you're going to hear a little bit more about it in this talk, but we're mainly focusing on the data backbone from Siemens. And I'm very happy that Oliver Voellinger from Siemens joined us for this fireside chat today to give you a bit more insight on why PLM, what does a PLM do, why is it important to consider a PLM system for augmented reality. So thank you very much, Oliver, for joining that fireside chat. To start with, Oliver, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself, give a little bit about a background, and then we just dive right in.
Okay, thank you for the introduction, Wolfgang. So hello to everybody. Nice to meet you here. My name is Oliver Voellinger. I'm 4 years now with Siemens Digital Industries Software, and in my current role, I'm responsible for the portfolio development of lifecycle collaboration software here in Germany. So lifecycle collaboration software, that's all about the digital twins. We will see later on, and we will explain the collaboration with augmented reality and RE'FLEKT. Prior to that, I've been working as a managing director in the mainly machinery industries for mid-sized group of companies.
Perfect. Well, Oliver, first question. I believe as a portfolio developer, a portfolio manager, you come across many things, many new technologies, a lot of innovative stuff. You need to consider existing businesses, but also future businesses. What actually made you look into augmented reality? What made you invest your time to evaluate, to develop, to prove in AR?
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons, but let me summarize the main three of them. In general, we have to respond in advance to drivers driving the industries of our customers. And here are three drivers I'd like to name. First is complexity. Complexity, for example, of a production machine has increased over the last 10 years significantly. 10 years ago, we have maybe discussed takt rates or frequencies of loading or unloading. Today, we are discussing systems of systems or model-based systems engineering. So we are in a completely different story now regarding complexity. Complexity of a manufacturing or production machine means the operator is facing a complexity, so he needs adequate support to be able to operate the machine. The maintenance technician needs adequate support to maintain this machine. So complexity is one driver why we say augmented reality could be the right answer for this complexity. And it's just one of all the answers Siemens should have for the complexity in the discrete industry. Second, product variance. Product variance is increasing significantly too. We know very well that we are not in the age of mass customization, but we are on the way to mass customization. So the customers of our customers are requesting machines fitting perfectly in their environment and fulfilling exactly the requirements the customers of our customers have. So the volume machine does not exist. Every machine is unique. It looks similar, but it's not really identical. So technical documentation becomes more and more a critical factor regarding costs and efficiency. Technical documentation has to be created just at a fingertip, to say it in these words. It shouldn't take days or weeks, and it shouldn't cost a lot of money because it's mandatory. So variance is driving this the application of augmented reality too. So the third you've heard already, I do not need to explain anymore, is the shortage of skilled worker. That's an issue which is really challenging the industry today, how to handle that and how to keep the manufacturing volumes at the same level without new skilled workers in the factories.
You mentioned technical documentation, which exists since a decade, I would say already, and there's systems out there which manage this documentation, also different variants and different languages. Why is technical documentation not suited to solve the problems you mentioned?
Yeah, when we talk about standard technical documentation, we talk about a manual. Now, talking about a manual for really a complex production machine, we talk about a shelf of manuals. So how to find the right information immediately. And this is where augmented reality makes a difference. The required information is delivered immediately in the context, and you will explain later on some technological details here.
Okay. Now you're working in or since a long time in the PLM area. You have a lot of experience. You know and see that a PLM system is the right tool, right software, right platform to have as a data backbone for augmented reality.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot of other systems, ERP, CRM. Why do you think a PLM system is the right thing to think about when you use about data for augmented reality?
Yeah, so a PLM system in general covers the overall life cycle of a certain product, and I'd like to explain to you a little bit the digital twin, what's behind and what's going on there. So as an example, we have the machinery industry here. First of all, we talk about the digital twin of the product itself. That's a digital copy, and this copy contains out of the MCAD data, of course, the electrical data, the automation data, and some physical data. All these data are building up the digital twin. So a digital twin has always various aspects, but all data related to the product in the development phase up to the end, when the engineering BOM is generated, are stored in the digital twin of the product. So we have all data available necessary to create service instructions, service BOMs, necessary to create trainings, and all these things are available. So then we have the digital twin of the production. Here are all the resources in terms of a digital copy. This is what we call the digital twin of the production resources. Here you see humans assembling the machine. There could be robots, milling machines, welding machines, whatever. Then we come to the digital twin of the performance, and these are all the data generated during the usage of such a machine. And all that combined results in a holistic digital twin. So all the data relevant for any kind of training, application, servicing, whatever it is managed and stored in a PLM system. So this is the central point for the data necessary for AR applications.
Okay, that makes complete sense. And also a PLM system stores all the CAD information, the 3D information, right, which is essential for visualizing something in AR, really superimposing virtual information over real-world objects. Probably some in the audience are interested in how Siemens envisions that whole portfolio. Like, how do you create that? What do you currently offer to the market, not only in PLM but also combined with other tools, services, systems? So how does the Siemens portfolio in that sense currently look like?
Okay, I'd like to give you a short overview. This is the new enterprise platform we call Accelerate. Accelerate consists out of what I've just explained to you: design, simulation, and the manufacturing expertise we have, and we are offering our customers a seamless integration of all these processes using the right digital twin. So we talk about connected engineering. This means the seamless integration of all engineering disciplines in the digital twin. Then we have connected assets. That's our IoT operating system, and here we collect the data from the usage of the system. And we talk about connected assets. These data are used for predictive maintenance, for insights we gather by data analytics. So connected enterprise data, that's a data backbone where all these data are gathered, stored, and managed. This is just the management and the storage, and that's a central point where an AR application should be linked to. New in our portfolio is a low-coding platform. This is Mendix, has been acquired now, let's say, 10 months ago or so. And Mendix gives our customers the opportunity to combine all these data very fast and to get new insights and to create value with all these data which are stored in this enterprise platform.
Okay. Now, coming back to AR, I believe many here in the audience would want to know how the data is actually becoming an augmented reality use case. How does that authoring process, so to say, look like? Can you give a bit of a background here?
Yes, of course. So the authoring process, as you have heard already, we are partners, so I will explain a short portion of this chart, and then I will hand over to Wolfgang. You see the data backbone down to the left. This is Teamcenter. Teamcenter manages and stores bill of materials, all type of bill of materials. We have engineering BOM, we have manufacturing BOM, we have service BOM. All these BOM are essential for an AR application. Of course, there are CAD data in various formats dependent on what our customers are working with. We are open for different data formats, so JD and CAD data. For the animation of the CAD data, we are using Cortona 3D software. Cortona 3D has a very good integration into Teamcenter. And in this special case, when we talk about service instructions, trainings, or whatever, we are using Cortona 3D Rapid Manual for Teamcenter. This is where the animation of the 3D data takes place. And then we hand over to the augmented reality component. Wolfgang will explain to you.
So what's missing to what Oliver just said is the combination of all that data with the real-world object in the end. So really link the information to the right object on the real machine. And what we do then is we add what we call a tracking configuration. That could be either a model-based tracking configuration so that we recognize the real-world object, or a marker tracking configuration where we attach a marker to a machine and that marker gives the coordinates system for the virtual content. And all of that data together, like the 2D content, the 3D content, which Oliver just explained, potentially some IoT data, plus the tracking configuration, is then being published with a piece of software onto a cloud system or onto a on-premise server. And from there, a mobile client, like a smartphone or a tablet or the HoloLens, and you heard a lot of things about the HoloLens before, can then fetch that data and provide the 3D information, the augmented information, to the field technician. Now that looks quite abstract on that slide here, so we thought about a video which explains the authoring process in a little more detail. And what you see here is the interface of Teamcenter. You have the CAD model of the machine on the right side, and you can work on different components. And as soon as you want to start creating an animated procedure, like a step-by-step repair instruction or an information, you would open Cortona 3D, like Oliver just explained. And within Cortona 3D, you can either change the meta information, which are required for augmented reality. You could connect the 3D data with some IoT data. You can add animations. You can also combine 3D information with text information, like you see now on the screen, and not only text, but images, videos, all sorts of information which are out there. And once you've done that, you would save that back to Teamcenter, where it all gets stored in the data backbone again, and you add what I was just explaining, that tracking configuration component. Now this is shortcutted in that video because showing how to generate such a tracking configuration would take too long, but you need a separate tool for creating that tracking configuration and get a zip format out of it, and you add that to the scenario, to that data backbone. And once you've published all of that data together, you will get something like you see on the screen right now. In this case, it is a tablet. It works exactly the same way on a phone or on a HoloLens, and it's exactly the same data, just on different platforms and on different templates. You recognize the real-world machine, and all the information is now being superimposed over the real machine. And I don't want to explain augmented reality and the different use cases, what you can do, because we have 2 days full of augmented reality now, and I'm sure you also have the time to go to the exhibition hall where you see a lot. But what's really important out of this talk is that none of these use cases have to be handmade anymore. Yeah, you don't need software developers, you don't need designers, user interaction, user experience experts. You can really do that as a technical author, as someone who is capable of writing machine documentation, inspection scenarios, someone who has got no clue from augmented reality technology itself. That's the important part of it. Now, Oliver, if someone in the audience is now asking, okay, and now what's the take out of our fireside talk? How do I get started? Maybe we have some mid-sized companies here, and you see that large corporation of Siemens. I'm not sure how to approach you, how to get started. What is your concrete offering? What do you tell the people how to get started?
Okay, I should explain it on the
Sure.
chart. Yeah, both of us, we are offering, I think, a very competitive package. We do not overload our customers with a new technology and projects starting today, ending never, and fail, and whatever it is. We want to start really with a competitive package, and we start with a training session so our customers learn to create augmented reality solutions with in-house authoring and tracking support to become familiar with this technology. So to identify limits, to identify potentials. After the training part or the training session, we test and define the best return of invest approach for the specific business. So nobody in the industry would applicate a certain technology just because it's cool. The industry has to make money, they have to pay their salaries every month, so the rules are somewhat different. The technology has to save money, they have to reduce failures, they have to increase productivity, efficiency in the various applications, and this has to be achieved. And this is, this has to be outlined with the return of invest, and of course the budget should be assured for that. Then we implement the own or the specific use case, augmented reality use cases end to end at the customer side. That's a pilot run. And after 3 months or so, depending, or 60 days, we normally prepare the pilot project end to end and finalize it for the rollout or for the next decision in the relevant committees we are talking to. So it's a package, it's a proven package. We have reference customers for that, and I think it's a very attractive package because it simplifies the entry into a new technology and to the usage of a new technology.
And it's not, we're basically not selling features, right? We with the package, which is coming for a fixed price, we we walk in, we analyze the problem, and we look for the solution. And yes, the software systems are then the enabling parts for that use case. Yeah. But really to not do the mistakes, which also Jürgen and Michael, just in the fireside chat before, mentioned, so that you are really overwhelmed with the capabilities of augmented reality. So for that, we really say 60 days, fixed price, and after that you know your use case, you know your KPIs, you know the budgets, you know the stakeholders which need to be involved, and you can't just get started over a pilot into the rollout then. So very focused approach, and as you said, a lot of customers love that approach. So since that is a joint offering, my last question to you, Oliver, why do customers benefit, or why do you think customers benefit from that partnership between Siemens and RE'FLEKT? Why is that a good fit?
I think it's a very good fit because we are bundling proven expertises. Siemens Digital Industries software comes from the early beginning in CAD data management and early product lifecycle management systems, and there are 20 years experience offering today a competitive enterprise platform covering all stages of the digitalization of an industrial value chain. On the other hand, at the partner side with RE'FLEKT, we have the experts in augmented reality with 10 years expertise in the development and especially in the application of this technology. So we combine our expertises and we combine our market knowledge and our customer insights to improve day by day our offering here.
Okay, and for everyone who's interested, we also show a lot of stuff on the shop floor, show the entire process. But you can also, of course, always contact Oliver or myself via the email you see on the screen right now, or just ping us via LinkedIn, and we're certainly happy to answer all of your questions.